Hello, good evening, nobody. Today we're going to finish this shell. We're gonna glue the shell together, and then it'll look like a shell. I hope. Because at the moment it looks like some random shapes with some random shapes inside those shapes. Been warming up the glue gun, but it's not warm yet, so I'm going to waffle for a bit, I suppose, because there's not much else to do. After this, I believe, I think the muscles need doing on the torso, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have to whip out some super glue to try and get the bloody vinyl bananas back together because they're falling apart. So hot glue and vinyl doesn't work, but super glue and vinyl does work because I've repaired a couple of bits on it since I made them, and the super glue's held really well. It should do. It's fucking super glue, isn't it? So that's a thing. That's a something. So yeah, plenty to do. I'm gonna have to spend the day, probably tomorrow, preparing all the outer shell bits before I attach them to this, and then we can do the inner part. Which is why I'm going to move on and do the craft, like foam clay muscles on the torso before we go any further on this. So once again, I am starting off with what the title says of the video or the stream or whatever what we're doing right now. We're gluing some shell and then we're gonna and then after that we'll do the foam clay muscles, because I got a big bag of this stuff ready to go, and we're gonna make him all fancy like he's been to the gym. And that'll be nice, won't it? Have we got some? We have. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on how to go about this, but I've decided I'm gonna do like the inner half of that section, push it into place as best I can, and then do the rest. And just try and hold it. Whoop. That was famous last words, wasn't it? Try and hold it together was what I was going to say. That was... Yeah, if I get this bit done, then do the this bit over here, then glue this bit, and then go to the other side, we should start getting some shape. We like a bit of it. And yeah, like, I'm really happy with the way it's turned out, because it's not perfect, and I kind of like that because it's a shell, you know, it's an organic thing, it's not machined. So it can't be perfect. It couldn't possibly be. So yeah, it's good that it's a bit wonky here and there. I just want it to go together nicely and we get the shape that we're after. That's the main thing, is once all the pieces are on, that it makes like a nice shell shape, you know. So I'm going to try and hold it in place for your face. I'll just sit here like this for a bit. This is my life now for some reason, just sitting around waiting for glue to dry and blowing on it a lot. And in the background we've got the 3D printer singing as it builds a Halo Infinite Mark 7 boot. So that's nice. And once that's done, I'm going to do another boot with all my newly made settings with Mr. Wizard that we did today, which is just fantastic. I'm really hopeful about those settings that we've done. We changed the type of support structures, and I think we managed to get some layering issues sorted. We got kind of distracted after that. I think we'll probably be able to go back and look at it some more and maybe do a bit more at some point, but I'm really happy with what we changed. It's very hot in here today again. It was supposed to cool down. It really hasn't in my flat. My God. I've got the fan blowing on me as we speak, and it's the only thing making this bearable. Like, so yeah, good stuff. Okay, I'll let that solidify on its own for a little bit. I think that's okay. My word, it is exciting. What the fuck was that? I think it's a dog again. That's alright. Making things, changing things. Ugh. Hello, Naz. Why'd you have to put that bloody dog in there? Right. Yeah. Okay. I want this bit to bend with it, so it's shaped the same, so it can pull itself against it to... Oh, for God's sake. There we go. That'll do. For now. Still not right. I can feel it's wonked underneath, so I need to Try and level that out a bit. There we go. Not really. I'm going to do what I did with the other ones though. I'm going to get some bits of scrap and go all the way around the edges of these on the inside once they're glued, and just make sure that it like holds it together. Holding something down to glue. Is that what you're doing or what I'm doing? Because that is what I'm doing. That was confusing. Right. Got you. Okay. No, don't you dare. We're not doing that. Really don't want it to bow. Please don't bow. Okay. Right, now we'll get the top bit done, I suppose. What went in my eye? I thought it was hair and it's not. Okay. Oop. Just gotta sit. Just gotta sit and do nothing while it solidifies. There. A bit of glue web there. Get off. Right. I'll go get the next piece. Won't have to go far. Right. Okay. Now this bit, I'm not sure where to glue first, because it's not strictly it's not right. I think it's better if it's lifted up like that. So I'll whack that underneath. Hopefully that'll, yeah, that brings it together a little bit better. I think it needs to be a little bit more bowed for it to fit properly, and that might be better served a bit bowed as well, and then we lift it up like that, and then it should sort of relax into it, I've had to chop a chunk out of it to make it like right, and now I've got to pull this in once it's glued, I think, and that'll inform a little bit more shape to it. I think I'll do this side first. A nice long glob of glue on it. Not that you can see that, I do apologise. No. Oh shit. Oh, I'm getting covered in glue and I'm having... No, not... It's not a glue sticking to fingers day. Oh god, no it's not. Oh, but it's happened. Okay, oh god, right. Right, let's crack on as if nothing happened and we're all fine. Right. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about all the gaps or anything either. So I'm going to try and have that underneath piece as well. So I'm just going to do my best to get it together as best we can. Yeah. La-di-da-da-da. I wish there was a better way to like clamp these together with some sort of clamp. Maybe a clamp. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. See if this is going to work this way around as well. More or less. More or less. I think this time I'm going to do this bit first. And then pull that in, and then pull this in. You can't see any of that, can you? So, sorry. Right, yeah. Glue this first, pull that in, pull this in. That's about all we can do, I think. Glue wob. I should have done half and half. Oh, bastard. Oh God, I've got nowhere to I've got nowhere to get a grip on it. Oh shit. Right, no. I'm gonna let it solidify where it is. And then I'll heat up this glue and then, you know, and then stick it. But like oh God, that was silly. Right. It's nearly there. I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing. That's how you mess things up. No. We're gonna wait. We're gonna be patient. Just try and hold it together while it does its thing. It might even be best to do this bit first because it's right close to it, so I'm gonna do it. And then that'll give it a little bit more stability when we start to force it in place. Try and get a little bit of the glue out of there because it doesn't like to be painted. Right, okay. Now we can get the nozzle underneath and melt the glue a little bit that I put on in my haste. Literally not squeezing any glue out of the nozzle, just using the nozzle to heat up what was already there. And when I've done it all, I'll add a tiny bit to the other side. Like contact cement. Which I hate. Everybody's like, oh, you should use contact cement. And while I agree, it's good stuff, and it's like, you know, it's probably better than hot glue because, you know, for temperature reasons, it probably works a lot better for most people in most climates. But I can't work with it, and I'm sorry. Luckily on the other side here, that's a little bit loose, so I'll be able to pull it in. Fingers crossed, and then yeah, we'll be able to go from there. Pardon-moi. Move this out the way. It was helpful, now it's a hindrance. Right. Okay. First things first, I'll get this bit glued in, this bottom bit that is willing to touch. Oh shit. I'm trying to pull it down a little bit because I want the top bit to match, so I've got to... Oh, that's not going to marry up very well. It's not happy. I think I might just have to accept that gap that's going to be there, unfortunately, unless I can just sort of squish it together. Like, I don't even know how I would. No, it's not going to, but it's okay. Like I say, I'm going to have bits of foam underneath these parts, and I'm going to do that as soon as we've got these last two bits in as well. And once we have, I mean, it's looking like a shell so far. It's you know, it's not far off an actual shell, is it? So it's just this. Oh my god, that's a massive gap. It's almost my entire finger. Like, my entire forefinger goes like almost through it just without pushing. So that's not ideal at all. Right, I think I know what to do. I don't like doing this at all, but I'm going to heat up this and split it. And whoop, move it over. Yeah, come on. Stop it. Do as you're told. I'd use the heat gun if it wasn't for the fact that I'd risk pulling the entire thing apart because it gets so hot. And then the one advantage to doing it this way is we get it like that and we pull it over and we settle it. Push everything into place and it'll basically re-glue itself. And then we can pull this in a little further as well. Oh, there we go. Oh, holy shit. That's much better, but it's difficult to hold. It's much less of a gap than it was. God, I might even be able to get it to actually stick together there, you know. Let's try. Correct. Naz. Teenage Mutant Ninja Trauma indeed. Okay. Ugh. Right. There. I think having that tiny little gap is a hell of an improvement to what we had. Oh, okay. Okay. Right, I'm gonna glue this bit in the middle. Fast running out of glue and sticks. I'll have to. Oh. Like 4 left. It's enough. Enough for what we want. Enough for what we got. Oh God, I think we're running into the same issue here as we as we had just now on the other side as well. I'm not as bothered though. This is like the bottom side, so it's not going to be seen by very many. And like I say, I'm going to put foam underneath and behind it to reinforce it anyway, so it's not going to, you're not going to be able to see through it or anything. So it should be okay. My own face is blocking what's going on here. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Oh my god, I've got a turtle shell. Nearly. Yeah. Oh, come on. Bloody glue web. Okay. Oh, this one seems a bit small. See if I can stretch it a little bit. See if that'll work. Oh. Oh, it did work a bit. That's good. Let's see if we can... Ugh. Yeah, that's about the same as the other side now. I'll just try and get a little bit more out of it in case it pulls back. Yeah, it'll do. Let's get it on before it retracts. Nope. Gluing the jetpack incisors requires glue gun apparently. Well, apart from barrel drilling and transfers, center picker progress. Okay. My hands are a bit. I can't really look. Well, I can now. Come on. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. What is with that? Why won't it let me? It wouldn't let me open them for a second there. No, that's come out real well. That Naz. Well done. Very well done. and the base it's on looks really good as well, with like all the grass and everything. And like the emblem, the skull wings emblems come out really well. Like that would yeah, it's fine, just context. My phone died. Alright. No worries, mate. That gold painting is an arse. Yeah, it, like, I can imagine. To be honest, trying to paint something that detailed and small at that scale with whatever paint would be an arse. But yeah, I imagine it's not the easiest to work with, like. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Can't believe it. It's together. Like I say, I think all I'm going to do now is I'm going to chop some bits to go around these edges here and try and like keep it all together. So I'll just pop that there. If it'll stay. Would have done if it wasn't on that packet of shit. Right. Yeah. Let's do some strips. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm just doing a whole bunch. Oh, shit. Oh well. A couple of little ones there. That little skinny one can stay, just in case. Right, we'll go with that for now and see what we can do with it. No, I was about to glue the strip itself and then stick it on, but we've got gaps that need to have paint in them, so it's best if we do something like this. You see that? Going up each side separately, and a bit down there at the bottom to catch it. And we'll use this one. Stretch it a little bit so it pulls it. There we go. Do the same on the other side. go. Now, I'm not sure if that's the best way to go all the way around. I mean, it sort of is. Yeah, I think it is actually. And then I'll chop some bits off so we can just... we can patch it up later. I'm going to do this one here because it's, you know, not the strongest of areas. I'll do that one. That's only a little piece there. But I could do that and then that. Maybe that and then that, actually. Yeah. So I will put it on the very edges of this one this time. Like a miniature train track. Put a bit there, bit there, and some there. There we go. Now, we definitely need bigger bits for these, I think. Have to slice that off quickly. Jesus. Ouchie. Yeah, I'm going to use that bit for this one. Because this one's quite solid, but it's got a big gap at the bottom, so... Right. That's already feeling like a lot more solid than it was before, so that's a bonus. Half that, because I want something down here and then something there. So that can go like... perfect. Yeah. Okay. That's better. Yep. Bang on. Now that bit's real solid and it's together, so I'm not bothered about that, but this here is a little bit iffy. I've got this little thin piece left, so Oh, I've got this great big bit here as well. Well, I might as well just pop it on. Why not? Keep it solid. I think that's all right. I'm not going to overdo it. Oh my god, there you go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Holding its shape. Amazing. A bit of a lump on the bottom here. I'm not sure I'm enjoying that too much, like, but what can you do? Yeah. No, that'll definitely do. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do now. I've got that done. I think I might do the muscles. And I'll try and do the shoulders first. Using little Donny here as an example. And I think first and foremost, because they're not like human muscles, they're actually quite different to like the way human muscles work in that same way. They're not too far off, like, but they're a little bit different. I like that. It's sort of like a fun thing that they did with it. So yeah, I'm gonna get that. Another thing I might do today is mix up a little bit of the amphibious paint with some Hexflex and mix it all together and get that on there. In fact, I might even dunk a bit of Hexflex in there. That's probably the best idea because I'm going to use it on the whole thing anyway, so why not? That's an idea. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Definitely. There you go. That's better. Shut up, wizard boy. Mr. Wizard. Yeah, so I was just hanging out at work and bumped into the star of two of your favourite movies of all time. I had a coffee with him. Talked about Terminator. Talked about aliens. Like you do. I hate you, Mr. Wizard. Oh, mate. No, like I said before, I'm really happy for you. You're a lucky boy. But it's not like it's not well deserved, mate. Right. I'll go get the torso, but I'm also gonna... Oh my god. It's that. Anyone fancy donating me some? Want to buy me some new headphones? Buy me a coffee. Harley Halo cosplay. Ow. Ugh. Anyway, right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the toilet as well. TMI. Stop flexing, wizard boy. Right. With this, we don't need to do anything with this because it's going to be covered with like the chest, surfboardy chest bit. So it's really just these seams that I want to cover to start with. And then we can move on to actually shaping some muscles and what have you. So I think that's what I'm going to do first, is that, and then wait, let's have a look at what we're looking at. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go over these. Just literally flatten out some clay and cover them. And then we'll build on it as we go. Can go in the bin. This is the last of the old stuff. I'll be breaking open the new polyprop stuff after this. I don't know if it's going to mesh together very well, but we'll see. So I'm going to go over and flatten everything and see if I can, like, actually, I could do with like a rolling pin or something. That'd be good. I wonder if my ruler will work. Not in that state, it won't. Not bad. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. And I wonder better if, yeah, I do that. That is not bad. It's a shame the foam itself is really inconsistent. Oh god, that's done so well that it's actually showing the seam through it. I'll have to put a bit on top. There we go. Oh, it's a little bit skinny in that point there, but it's alright. The inside bit doesn't matter because we're going to be covering that with like muscle sausages in a wee bit. Can you hear that printer going? It's doing a real cool thing at the moment where it's like when it's travelling up to a high point of the boot that it's printing, it's going I woke up this morning to my printer singing. That's what it sounded like, was like it was adorable. Oop. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. Like, literally none. I am making this up as I go along. All I know is that if you add water, it gets incredibly sticky, and you're able to make it almost mould to the main foam. So that's nice. But other than that, I am making it up as I go along. I'm absolutely amazed that the head turned out as well as it did. It's by no means perfect. I would like it to be a lot less lumpy, and I would have liked it if I didn't leave the head on there for it to make this. But at least that's gonna act like a bit of an anchor for the bottom of the head part, and it hopefully will just clip in, and yeah. But we'll see. Bollocks. Right. Flip this over and attempt the back bit. I'm not really too much worried after this point because the shell is going to pretty much come over this, I think. I hope. The only way we're going to know that for definite is when I actually come to put it on, I think. And then I'll have to go from there. So I'm not going to paint any of this until after that point because I may have to make adjustments. The only reason I primed the shell at this point is because that's all she wrote for that. I've got no spare hard foam. I've not really got any spare of this wet soft stuff either, so it is all she wrote in every direction really. But I've got enough to make some adjustments before I oh no, I won't have, but no, I'll have to order more if I want to make adjustments. But I'm going to make the sort of leg parts next. That'll be the next thing that I actually physically build with foam and knives and cutting and what have you. Oh no! I'll be making the middle part of the shell to connect the front and back. And then I suppose I could try it on. Like I could try the top half on and put the shell on top and just sort of see where things land. And just try and try and work it out, and if I need to do any adjustments I'll be able to do it like later. I'll just have to make notes. Oh, my back hurts now. Trying to stick this down at this point. It's not behaving very well. You are not being a very good foam clay. Okay. We need sort of a sausage for down the front and a sausage for the bit. It actually goes in a U shape, so that's what we'll do. We'll make a U. Oh my word. Oh, that was... Oh my word, that's a totally different consistency. Oh, today's not the day for differences in consistency for me. Right, we need more. Oh god, here we go. We need to get a significant chunk of it as well. Why is it mozzarella? Fucking Italian craft foam. Oh my god. Oh, it's like... Oh god, right, okay, concentrate, everything is fine. It's not enough, because it needs to be like that, but it needs to be spread out, so, no, it is enough, it just needs to be flattened out, and those are the tops, like up here, but it needs to be more like that, and it needs to be longer and flatter. So if we what do you mean autism? Right, here we go. It's like that, and then we make it flatter, as we say, and then that wants to be up there, but we're going to make that bit longer, that bit flatter. I'm going to push them together maybe? No, that's fine like that, and that can go up there. This is only the initial sausage. So that's fine. Oh my god, it moulds really well. Oh, Polly props for the win. This is class. Just matching it with the consistency of the other stuff, just like when it touches, that's unreal. Oh, that's class. Look at that. Retract the Italian hate. It was a question. I said, why is it mozzarella? And then simply said the words Italian foam. Are we not allowed to use the word Italian? Is that now a slur? No more descriptive words. How dare you? Oh, okay. Oh, that's class. This was the right decision. I just need to smooth it out so it doesn't look so fucking lumpy and it looks more like a mussel. Right, I'll just have to add more to these bits. That'll be fine. No. Get off. I'm going to do that. It's too lumpy. I might have to put like a real flat piece on top and mould it to get that to smooth out because it's not behaving at all, but we can do the rest over here. And I can always wet it and smooth it out as well, and once it's dry I can sand it. So there are options. We've got lots of options. It's actually genuinely really good. So I want to see if I can get this to go together without getting rid of the crease, but we need to make it solid so it's like skin and not a crack, if you know what I mean. I'm sort of hyper focusing on this lumpy bit though. I'm gonna have to put it down here. Can you see? No, well, you can. There you go. hair. It needs to go together. Try and smooth it out a little bit. Oh God, come on, there we go. Christ, okay. Come on. Come on, we don't have to be too serious about sticking down. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? I need flour. God damn it. Right. Oh, it's all stuck. Never mind. Well, it was a nice idea, but it just, in execution, seemed to fail, like, massively. And it's all these bits of hex flex paint it's stuck to. That's good to know, though, isn't it? You can use the hex flex as like glue. Right, where can I do this so it's not going to be massively sticky? Clearly mid-air is the only place to do it. Cling film over the board. I would if I had any. Right. Might be able to use the just to get it flattened out a little bit better. Right. Wonder if a bit of water will help. Nope. Not with the ruler anyway. That is not a combination. Right. Damn it. It's starting to make some strange wrinkles here, so I'm going to just try and flatten it as is and not try and move it in any directions. I'm just going to push it down. So let's see. Right, I think ultimately what's going to end up having to happen is I'm going to have to like keep it sort of adding more to make it work. But I mean, God, it looks like he's a burn victim. That's not exactly what we're after when we're after like reptile skin, you know. I wonder if, is this going to help? Some water, spread it out, stop it wrinkling maybe. It's worked a little bit. Also, like I say, I think, you know, I can definitely sand it. Once it's dried, I can smooth it out a bit. I'm going to try and get consistent layers, so you know, so when it comes to the sanding, I'm not having to shape as well as smooth. I just want to be smoothing with it. I'm sort of happy with the muscle, like literally just this bit, because anything like, you know, like that can be smoothed out later, and that should be all right. And then just round the back of this shoulder is like yet another sort of muscle, but I'm going to wait to do that, I think, because I want to see this dry and then see what we end up with. So yeah, it doesn't look bad from this direction, like the light's hitting it and it looks like a muscle from here, albeit a slightly dodgily shaped one. I've definitely not got enough clay for this. Definitely not. But I think I'll be able to get both shoulders done with this, what's left, at least, and then I might be able to get like down the seams of the biceps done, and that might be enough to hold the illusion of muscle for the time being. Because it's like the forearms, I want to get the forearms right as well, so I've got to build those next and see what happens. So I've got like loads of sticky shit on here now. Fucking glue, paint, clay, everything. Right. Okay. Okay. It'll do. It'll do for now. Like I say, I'm going to let that dry overnight and I'll try sanding it tomorrow, I think. I might do just a quick layer on the head. Add a tiny bit of... I'm going to pour some Hex Flex into this. Not for colour, but for consistency, to make it rubbery. I'll go get my brushes. Oh, Yeetrox, hello mate. Yeah, I'll be right back. Here we go. Got me brush. Okay. Just gonna add a couple of bits at a time. So we want it to just get that nice rubbery consistency. I'm going to use a scrap piece of foam to try and mix it, because I ain't got nothing else. How do I use the brush now? And the hope is that it'll make it a little bit more flexible. And rubbery. So that's what we want. There's a much more rubbery texture, consistency. I'm glad it's not gone any darker, because that was the worry. I didn't want it to be a darker green or anything, because it's pretty much bang on for what I want, as is, and I didn't want to make it any darker. Nice, says Yetrox. Thank you, mate. Looking all right. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Oh. So with this being like a test, I'm gonna just paint over the same bits that I did before and see how it dries, because it's dried very sort of like, you could tell if you moved it too much it was definitely going to crack at some point. So whoop, Jesus. So I want to see what texture we're left with when this dries, possibly tomorrow. Now that it's got a bit of hex flex in it. Just gonna try and get hold of something inside the head. There we go. Whoop. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I keep losing the grip on it. Let's put a little bit more in his eyes there. Because he's going to have... because he's going to have some eye skin showing. And a little bit more on the bottom lip here. Okay. Okay. We'll let that dry. I have to somehow release my hand now. Okay. There he is. Not bad. You might need a third layer, but we'll see. I think, oh, I'm green now. No, I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to immediately wash my brush though, and yeah, amazing. That's a lot done today. Did the shell, the head, bit more paint on the head with some Hex Flex mixed into the paint. Made start on the muscles. Questionable though it was, but we did it. We did it. It was done. It is done. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that for this evening. It's one of those quit while you're ahead moments. I think if I if I go much further, I'll probably end up like wrecking something. So yeah, I'm not gonna. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for chatting, Naz and Mr. Wizard, who has probably gone by now, or he might have switched to YouTube. Either way, thank you, mate. Yeetrox, lovely to see you. Late though you were. I love how it looked. Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, we'll get there. If this comes out well, I'm going to put the purple bandana on him. Get it all on. At the moment, he looks like Last Ronin with his black headband. But yeah, we'll get that purple on tomorrow, maybe. And finish the shell and get the underparts, underarm bits done for the shell so it can connect to the front, which I've also painted. I'll show you. That's over there. That's the shell. That's the hang on. Whoop. There you go. That's those bits all ready for the rest. So yeah, not a bad day. Not a bad day. Productive. So yeah, happy with that. Quit while I'm ahead. Thank you for watching, everybody, and thank you for chatting, everybody that chatted, and thank you to those people that watch these videos back later, and I really appreciate you. I know there's at least 10 or something, because I always end up with at least 12 to 24 views on these streams on YouTube alone. So again, I really appreciate that. Thank you, and I will catch you tomorrow. Good night. Bye.